Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about Candiace Dillard Bassett is with child. I said, what is going on down in the DMV, baby? They say Candiace is knocked up. I said, well, I'll be. You know, I have to admit, I have been very vocal and very stern in my stance when it came to Candace not, or me at least thinking that Candace ain't want no children. Candace ain't want no children. But Candace don't want no children. Okay? That's what I said. That's what I said. Now I guess I gotta eat my words. My girl is 13 weeks pregnant. I said, well, I'll be. Okay? This is according to Entertainment Tonight, ET Online. So this is an exclusive. RHOP star Candice Dillard Bassett is pregnant, expecting first child with husband Chris. So after announcing her exit from the Real Housewives of Potomac, the Bravo star shares the exciting start of a new chapter with ET. I'm about 13 weeks, so just about into the second trimester. It's been weird, but also really wonderful. I think to keep it to kind of to ourselves to this point, our immediate family knows. My mom, I told my mom on her birthday in February. My dad, Chris' parents know. My siblings know. And that is my core best friend group. But outside of that, it's just been like kind of quietly just growing a bun. The Driveback singer documented some of her journey to motherhood on the Bravo series, filming counseling sessions with fertility specialists and the prep work for IVF. The couple's baby to be came from one of the embryos they froze 2 years ago. You know, it's so crazy. And I understand because it's reality TV and we don't know what's real or what's fake. But even I thought at one point that Candace was just doing this IVF journey as just as like for a storyline. Like, girl, this girl don't want to have no babies because she's just doing this. Girl, this girl don't want to have no babies, girl. She's just doing this just to have something to talk about on the show. Well, clearly, girl, she was really doing it. Everybody, I have to, I don't mind saying when I'm wrong. Because my glasses have my eyes a little watery. Um, I don't mind saying when I'm wrong. And, I was wrong. Candace was not on TV pulling a stunt in the show like some of your faves. I thought she was moving like some of your faves, but she was moving with integrity and honesty. And now she's pregnant with that embryo, one of the embryos. Um, she says, I think that we were kind of both. I mean, kind of content to have them just sit there until my cutoff date. Candace confesses referencing the window Chris gave her to bleep or get off the pot. When it came to babies, she needed to be pregnant by the time he turned 50. But when I got the itch, she says, as a couple hit the under 5 year mark on that countdown clock, I always wondered, like, how would I know when I was ready? And I always felt like a part of my anxiety was that I wasn't sure that I would know when I knew it was undeniable. I kind of woke up and realized that I was never going to be 100% ready. I just had to trust the process and trust my doctors and stop being afraid. One thing I do, and in all seriousness, um, give Candace her flowers is because Candace is one of the few that I can recall on reality TV where she knew she had childhood trauma. She knew there were things that she needed to work through before she even thought about bringing a child into this world. A lot of people, is no shade, but a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just have kid after kid after kid, and because they feel as though, I didn't end up on the corner, I didn't end up in jail, I didn't end up, a crackhead, you know what I'm saying? Then I turned out all right. Even though, girl, quiet as it's kept, most of us need to be laying on somebody's therapist couch. So I've always appreciated, even when she started to go to therapy, and to go when she started to go to therapy with, Miss Dorothy, that she was trying to basically do the work before she even brought a baby into this world and put whatever childhood trauma that she's going through, inflict that same trauma onto her child. So shout out to Candace. Hello. Um, Candace underwent implantation in January, leading to an anxiety-filled 2 weeks of waiting to find out if the procedure was successful. So Candace basically was pregnant at that reunion. We're gonna get more into this interview because I listened to the interview. It was a really good interview, and there's some things that Candace said in the interview that I want to talk about. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in my live. I will, just in case if you don't watch the live, I will say this much. I told y'all that they told Candace to hold back at that reunion. I said it because I don't know Candace. Okay, I don't know Candace. I don't know anything about Candace. But the person that I have seen Candace present herself as on the Real Housewives of Potomac, there is no way that Candace was going to sit there and let Robin and Giselle play in her face and not give a 2-for-1 special. And I could not understand for the life of me, why is this woman, Candace, sitting on my stage, girl, and not giving these girls the business. I was like, they had to have talked to her. They had to. And then when Giselle said that they said they were going to speak to her, and then when Candace said at the last reunion, part 3, this is who y'all want me to be friends with. This is who y'all want me to make up with. I was like, oh, they talked to her. Giselle went to the principal's office and told. And of course, now it's put on Candace that Candace is the problem why the group cannot move forward because you hurt Giselle's feelings. It's a mess. Oh! And the gag is, y'all really out here thinking that Giselle was clearing at the reunion, when the truth of the matter is, Giselle was still allowed to be mediocre. And the only reason why it appeared that Giselle was clearing the first part, the second part, and I guess the third, I haven't watched the third part, I've just seen clips, is because, girl, Miss Candice Dillard Bassett was called to the principal's office, and I'm sure Wendy probably was called there too. And they told them not to do a whole bunch of carrying on this reunion. And so they had to eat it. Anyways, so some more of what she had to say. Our doctor called us at 8 a.m. and she tells us that we're pregnant. We waited and waited and waited all this time. So to finally hear that after those 2 weeks, the process has worked after a year of doing the shots. I did 2 rounds of egg retrieval to do the shots in your stomach. I had to do the shots in my bum every day, which is also not fun. And to finally have it all paying off was amazing. This is good for Candace. Shout out to all the mothers and fathers. Shout out to, just shout out to everybody. I think Candace is going to make an excellent mother. I really, really do. One, because Candace has done the work. Yeah. And I also think that Candace, I think that some of the fans are really upset that Candace is in a position where she is allowed, or she's in a position to be able to walk away from this money, from this job, because a lot of the girls, a lot of our faves, they can't do that. Candace is now in a position, whether it's due to her own money, generational wealth, that she's in a position where she doesn't have to put her body through unnecessary tension and stress because of a job. And if I really want to enjoy the experience that I'm having, the experience that I will continue to have over the next X amount of months, and because this is a toxic, hostile work environment that has been created by Andy Cohen, producers, and truly original, it's my best bet so that I don't have any issues with my pregnancy, with my body, with my child, for me to exit stage left. So when Candace walked into that reunion, she already knew she was pregnant. She let us know at the reunion when she said, "I'm out." She knew she was gone. She couldn't give us this stellar performance at the reunion. She couldn't get into Giselle and Robin like she wanted to, especially Giselle. It was a no-brainer for her. I'm gone. This is a mess. Girl, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna, I cuss her out, call her effing liar, right? It's childish, but that's all she could do because she really wanted to go deep down in her soul and really scalp Giselle. That's what Candace wanted to do. Candace wanted to reach deep down in her soul and just scalp Giselle. She wanted to reach deep down in her soul and scalp Robin. She wanted to literally swing them every which way but loose. But because Big Sister Jizzy went and told, yeah, I'm telling, she hurt my feelings. And I'm not moving on until she apologizes. She hurt my feelings. Girl. So now Candace has to come to the reunion and just sit there. Because now I'd have got called to the principal's office. Now I'm in trouble. Because I reacted to your action. Like Giselle has already said on Ultimate Girls Trip. Shout out to Lisa Mooney for reminding me of this. Some of you didn't watch Ultimate Girls Trip. I did. And I forgot about this. But just like Giselle said on Ultimate Girls Trip, Candace doesn't start anything. She retaliates. That's what Big Sister Green Eyes said out of her own mouth. All right, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Congratulations to Candace and Chris. I hope she has a safe and healthy pregnancy. I'm so happy that she is able to walk away from a job and just be in peace and serenity and positive vibes and not have to worry about people bullying her and colorism and being mistreated by employers, co-workers. Yeah, shout out to her. All right, y'all, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, y'all.